We are often told that more self-care is the answer to the stress and overwhelm that we so frequently feel. But how many times have you tried to rest without truly feeling restored? How many times have you added kind self-care to your already overflowing to-do list, only for something deep inside of you to still feel unmet? How many times have you gone through the motions but still felt depleted? You are not alone. This is what happens when we're disconnected from our bodies and our deeper emotional world. When we don't know what we truly feel, we can't know what we truly need. And without that awareness, even our best attempts at self-care can feel hollow, like we're tending to ourselves to check it off the list, instead of tending to ourselves from a place of deep embodied support. But what if instead of continuing to try to figure it out, we dropped in and listened? The body holds wisdom and stories that the mind alone can't access. Beneath the rush of the world and the noise of our thoughts, there is a quieter knowing, one that speaks in sensations, emotions, and felt experience. When we learn to listen with curiosity and compassion, we begin to understand what we actually need to feel supported, not just what we assume we should need. So in this episode of Somatic Healing Meditations, I invite you into a practice of deep self-care, not as a task to complete, but as a way of being with yourself. In this somatic meditation, we'll gently explore the question, what do I need to feel supported? Not in theory, but in the lived reality of your body, right here and right now. Because true support doesn't come from a checklist, it comes from attunement. And when we learn the art of inner support, listening deeply and responding with attuned care, we give ourselves the gift of being truly met. Welcome to Somatic Healing Meditations, the podcast that helps you regulate your nervous system, deepen your healing journey, and feel better in your body. I'm Karenna with Hello Inner Light, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm a somatic healing coach who specializes in compassionate, body-centered processing techniques that help you heal the wounds that are holding you back. So if that's the kind of content you need more of in your life, please subscribe to this podcast and join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self. And if you want to learn even more about how to regulate your nervous system and connect with your body and emotions in a deep and supportive way, I have a free mini course called the Feel It to Heal It mini course that's available on my website. In 5 powerful mini lessons, it will help you drop in, deepen your compassionate self-understanding, and find more clarity and healing on your journey. Now, before we get started, here's a quick word from the sponsors that make all this free content possible. Now let's dive in to this somatic meditation for deep self-care. So finding a time and a space where it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes and turn your attention within. And with your eyes closed, just bring your awareness to your breath more and more. Notice that you can feel the air moving in and out through your nostrils. Notice that you can feel your chest and tummy rising and falling with each inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, imagine that you could breathe in through your heart and out through your belly button. Even imagining that you could feel the space or the distance between your heart and your belly button. Imagining that you could breathe in through your heart and out through your shoulders on both sides. Again, feeling the space or the distance between your heart and your shoulders. Imagining on your next breath that you could breathe in through your right shoulder and out through your left hip. Imagining that you could feel the space or the distance between those 2 points. Breathing in through your left shoulder and out through your right hip. Feeling the space or the distance. And then imagining that you could breathe in through your knees and out through the soles of your feet. And again, imagining the space or the distance between your knees and the soles of your feet. And now just breathing in and out through your heart. Now breathing in and out through your heart. Just allow your attention to drop more and more deeply into your body in this moment. And one of the reasons our self-care often falls flat is because we're not really meeting ourselves where we are. We're not fully aware of what we're feeling deep inside, and that means we're not fully aware of what we truly need to feel supported. So on this journey inward with today's somatic meditation for deep self-care, we're going to be utilizing a technique called regenerating images in memory. And this technique just helps us drop deeper and deeper out of our analytical mind and into our bodies and into our inner world in a way that's so nurturing and clarifying. And when we drop in this way and deeply listen, our self-care becomes so much more effective and nurturing. So as you're breathing and as you're feeling, you're going to become more and more aware of how you truly feel. And I always say there's no wrong way to feel, and there's no wrong thing to feel. So just noticing what's here for you with your attention dropped deeply into your body in this moment. And one feeling is going to begin to call your attention the most. So just notice what's calling your attention the most right now. And this feeling that's calling your attention the most, where do you feel it right now? Is it more on the right or the left? Is it more deep or superficial? And how big is this feeling, or how much space does it take up within or around you? Noticing the height, width, thickness, and shape of this feeling. Does this feeling have a color or a quality? And you may have answers to all of the questions that I'm asking, or you may not. And that's okay. The questions are just meant to take you deeper. When you begin to notice these details, the height, width, color, quality, location, whatever it is that you're noticing, you begin to get a deeper sense of what's truly happening inside. You begin to drop beneath your thoughts and into your feelings and your knowing and your inner world. So it's okay if you don't have answers, but the questions will still guide you deeper. So noticing whatever you're noticing about this feeling that's calling your attention. And breathing. And now your imagination just begins to take you closer to this feeling. It's like you draw closer and closer to it until your imagination just takes you into it. You become that color and that shape. You become that feeling, and you know what it knows, and you feel what it feels. Being that feeling, you're now gonna speak as that feeling, and you're gonna finish this sentence. So as the feeling, just letting your words come forward and finishing this sentence. What it's like to be me is. Breathing and feeling whatever you're feeling, going even deeper into that color, that shape. And again, speaking as the feeling, you're just going to say, what I'm really feeling deep down is. Breathing and feeling, surrendering even more deeply into this feeling, and then speaking as this feeling, letting your words come forward. Just finish this sentence. When I feel this way, what I really want or need is. Breathing and feeling. Finishing this sentence. What would feel most supportive to me right now is. Breathing, going even deeper and just letting your words come forward. Finishing this sentence. What it would be like if I got the support that I really want or need is. Breathing and speaking as this feeling, you're just gonna finish this sentence. What I'm realizing as I say all of this is. Breathing, letting your words come forward, just finish this sentence. How it feels to realize that is. Breathing, and now just speaking anything else that wants to be spoken from this feeling until that feels complete. Now, when that feels complete, your imagination is going to take your awareness out of this feeling and back into your whole self. It's like you take a breath and just land in the wholeness and totality of you. So instead of being focused on this one feeling, your awareness is now in all parts of you. And as your whole self, you're just going to look back at that feeling. And you're going to receive a stream of colored energy from that feeling, representing everything it just shared with you. So noticing the color and the quality of that stream of colored energy. And notice where in your body you receive it first. Fully receiving all of that energy. And now, as your whole self, you're going to speak back to that feeling. And as your whole self, you're just going to finish this sentence. Feeling what I heard from you or what I received from you is. Breathing and being your whole self, speaking as your whole self back to the feeling, you're just going to say, feeling what it's like for me to hear this or receive this from you is. Breathing, being your whole self. And as your whole self, you're just going to speak to the feeling and say, feeling what I want to say to you is. Breathing into your whole self. And as your whole self, just let your words come forward and finish this sentence. What I understand now about deep self-care and self-support is. Breathing, speaking as your whole self, you're just going to say how it feels to understand this is. And now just speaking anything else that wants to be spoken from your whole self until that feels complete. And when that feels complete, just notice how you feel now. What's shifted from when we began? What feels different to you? And what looks different to you? Now that you've dropped in and deeply listened to your feelings and your body, how do you want to move forward? How do you want to integrate this deep listening into your self-care? Now, just noticing anything else that wants to be noticed, or feeling anything else that wants to be felt. Before we bring this somatic meditation to a close, just ask your body if there's anything else it wants or needs, and listen for any answer it may give you. you feel ready, and in your own timing, your unconscious mind is going to let you know that all of this is fully integrated into your cellular memory and your emotional memory by bringing full feeling and weight back into your arms and legs, fingers and toes, and spontaneously opening your eyes. Great work. So, how was that somatic meditation for deep self-care for you? Do you feel cared for in a different way? And what did you learn from that deep listening? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. As a reminder, you're invited to enroll in my free mini course, the Feel It to Heal It mini course, to experience even more regulation, inner connection, and clarity. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to the podcast and also rate and review it. You could also send this episode to a friend who you think would enjoy it. And don't forget to join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self.